And we're back. Welcome to Six of Swords Tarot. I'm just going to get it kicked off here. I'm going to start with, I'm going to do a reading for G, and 1 second here. I'm just going to get it. And that's why I'm starting early. G, welcome to your reading, and thanks for watching the playback because of the time zones. And give me just a moment here, and we'll get started in just a little bit. I have G and then I have newbie, but G's getting a big kahuna, so I'll probably spend a bit of time on this reading. So welcome in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being part of the channel. Hi, Gus Gus. Hi, baby. How are you? How are you, little chicken nugget? Are you a very good boy? You are one. Even when you smack me in the face when I'm sleeping. Okay. And we're going to get it kicked off. Spirit, please open me up to be a clear channel, so I can deliver messages for the greater good. Hi, babies. I'm going to use the Oak, Ash, and Thorn for you as well. Give me just a moment. Moving slow today. Moving slow. All right, cool. Move this out of the way. Archangel Michael, please protect this live stream. Spirit, please open me up to be a clear channel so I can deliver messages for the greater good. Please help me bring through clear messages that need to come to the surface. Benevolent messages. Let me know what G needs to hear right now. Welcome to your reading, G. Okay, thanks for letting me take my time there. So we're going to be talking about career, finances, after your tower moment, confidence, and yes, I'm going to answer all your questions. So let's just start with my normal Big Kahuna spread, and I want to focus on career, finances, and life. And then I'll get into your other specific questions. So we'll get it kicked off here. All right, Spirit, just a few more. All right, we're focusing on G's energy. What does G need to know right now about life, finances, and career? We have 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. Yep. And we have the Sun. Really, really beautiful omen here. And, you know, this is interesting. The Oak, Ash, and Thorn is it's a nature-based deck, and I know you love birds. This is a really beautiful deck because we have this, I don't know, is that a dove? You might know. And it's flying with these roses through the rain, but this is actually the card that represents the sun in the tarot. The sun, in my opinion, is one of the best omens. So I do feel like abundance will be restored in your life, and that there are positive things in the future. And I think the best thing for you to do right now is to try to calm your nerves and know that I wouldn't be surprised if the Six of Swords pops up during this reading, but the Nine of Swords in the center of the reading is the energy that you're coming from. It's the energy that's most representing you now. And the Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety. It's a card of nightmare, and you've certainly been through a lot in the last several months, and so this makes a lot of sense. We have, oh wow, we have the Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups and the World. So reaching a place of a chapter has closed and a new chapter has begun. And the chapter that you went through really pushed you on your emotional limits as well. So let's see what else we have going on. What do you not see coming? Let me just build the rest of this out. I want to pull a few more just for fun. Here, and then, oh wow, beautiful. And what else do we have? So at the top of the deck, we have Judgment. Gorgeous cards. I'm glad I got this. And we have the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So here's what I want to talk about, you know, the anxiety that you went through and how that impacted and really like that knocked down your confidence quite a bit here. We have Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles talks about perfected work and mastery of a craft, and oftentimes this is represented by work that we do to earn money, right? And that's definitely something that happened with you. So like that's what you were really dealing with. Sorry, Mercury's still retrograde in my I can't talk today. But anyways, with the Eight of Pentacles, you know, I think what Spirit is trying to reassure you is like you do your job well. You do your work very well. What happened to you had nothing to do with your skill set. It didn't have anything to do, I think it was you were kind of a victim of circumstance, and it wasn't reflected on you personally. The Seven of Pentacles, I also feel like there was a lot of anxiety. Notice how all of these cards are a little bit brighter. And then in the center we have, I mean, you can tell this is definitely an anxiety-inducing card here. With the Seven of Pentacles, you may have felt like, you know what, I don't know how much longer I can hold on. And I also feel like this could have been a crisis of faith for you, meaning you may have, I don't know if you were trying to bargain with the divine or with Spirit, but we have the High Priestess here. But I feel like you leaning on your spirituality and continuing to lean on your spirituality, which is we have this High Priestess over in your future state. And this is, sorry, my auto adjust for whatever reason is not, let me take this down, is not wanting to cooperate here, G. But yeah, do not lose faith in the divine and whatever your spiritual practices are. The Knight of Wands, continue the journey, continue to bring the fire with your lovely Leo energy. And this is really a message of don't give up, because you will prevail. The sun is coming out representing Leo energy, right? So you may have felt like you may have gone very emotionally deep, maybe deeper than maybe you ever have in your life with this Queen of Cups and World energy, like to the depths of your soul, and tried to bargain with the divine, like what is going on and why is this happening to me now? And this was really to bring you to a place of growth and to a place of better understanding about yourself, who you are, and it was a test of your faith as well. What energy do you not see coming as we move forward in your career, finances, and life in general? We have the Two of Wands and we have the King of Cups. Beautiful. So you're going from an energy of anxiety, going into the depths of your emotions. And the other thing I'll say about this, and I know you're into Vedic astrology, I do follow tropical, but just for astrology's sake, I'll talk a little bit about that. We are coming out of Scorpio season. Scorpio season squares Leo. Scorpio squares Leo, right? And so when the Scorpio new moon passed and the Mercury retrograde that happened, and I don't know if it was in the same sign or what degree it was at to where, but anyways, I do think that kind of pushed your nerves and your emotions to the limit, because Leo belongs in the 5th house and Scorpio is in the 8th house. Leo is about fun. It's about life. It's about energy. And Scorpio wants to dig really deep into the bottoms and the depths, which is exactly what the Queen of Cups in the world did. And it transformed you in a good way. So where are we heading from here? We go from the Queen of Cups to the King of Cups, which is the master of emotion. What did this experience show you? This experience showed you that you can be completely ripped apart, have a tower moment, have the worst fear happen, and guess what? You came out on the other side better. You came out on the other side in a better situation. And some of that, and a lot of that, had to do with keeping the faith that your efforts in this world, your karma, and the work that you were putting forward was going to return to you, and relying on spirit instead of yourself, because you had to completely surrender everything when this happened to you. Everything. It was out of your control, right? What is coming towards you? Well, we have 9 of Cups and we have Queen of Pentacles. We have happiness. I think as you move into this new career opportunity, I think that you're going to be happy. I think that it is going to be abundant. It will pay you well and you will feel comfortable. But with the 9 of Cups here, I feel like the environment, and with this beautiful, we have 9 of Pentacles, which shows financial abundance, usually a female who has abundance all around her, which is you. And we have the Sun really signifying like the positive change. I feel like wherever your next chapter in your career, you're going to be surrounded by people who are more positive, and it's not going to have some of the toxic elements that you were dealing with in your previous job. What else? 7 of Wands and Judgment. You will feel skeptical, naturally skeptical, and I definitely felt this way before when I had moved from a really toxic working environment into something that was more normal. I was, one eye open, always looking behind my back, wondering if somebody was going to, you're on the defensive because you're used to working around, people who may not be nice, or people who play games, or people who don't follow the rules and play dirty, or whatever the case may be, or maybe they weren't fair to you, right? Or they were not respectful. The 7 of Wands and Judgment say, I do feel you're moving into a safe environment. It's important to walk in and make sure you take your time to assess and really feel out the High Priestess. Trust your gut with the people that are around you, but overall the energy is looking really positive. 7 of Wands, you may come in a little bit defensive, but I think that's because you're coming from a previous toxic work environment. And that is part of your healing journey. See how look how beautiful this is with these butterflies. So this bird is rising up into this new, it's going to be a completely new chapter for you. I love seeing Judgment in the world in this reading, because this really shows that you are moving on. And I know you've gone through some really difficult challenges in the last few years, whether it be, health and career. But I kind of feel here that the worst is over, and this is really showing you that you can make it through anything. This was strengthening you in a pretty extreme way, right? Let me see what else I have for you. I will say in life, so let's talk about that really quick. So how does this apply to life in general? Well, I feel like the same thing applies here. I do feel like overall the energy around you is going to be more positive, but you may feel, because of what you've gone through, I'm not going to say that I think it hardened you, because I don't see you in that way, but I think you're going to be more cautious. And I don't think that I don't care if you're a Leo or not, I don't think you would always jump 2 feet forward into anything anyways without, sussing out the situation and seeing if it's safe for you to do so or not. But what I do see is dynamics are changing for the better. Your financial situation will be improving, and that's looking really good. Spirit, so I want to answer one of your specific questions here. Should I consider moving to other big MNCs in the future? Too many fell out. I'm not taking that. Let me see what else. Should I consider moving to other MNCs in the future? Should I consider moving to other ones in the future? Ace of Cups. Hierophant represents organizations. Look at this beautiful Hierophant. This is the perfect deck for you, actually, with all these birds here. I have owls in my backyard here that actually, they're barred owls. They kind of look like that. We have the Devil, and we have the 10 of Cups. So I do think you will eventually move to another company. However, let's talk about it. One of my favorite colleagues says to me, which I'm sure I've said on the channel before, they say that the grass is brown everywhere, meaning that no matter where you work, there's going to be problems and not everything is going to be perfect, right? I think the important thing is, do you like your environment? Do you like what you do? And, maybe comparison isn't the best game to play, but compared to your other situations, like, what are the pros and cons? I think that you could stay in this position for a little while. Because you were on the job hunt, there could be other things that come along for you. So I would just say keep your eyes and ears open. If another opportunity pops up, I definitely think there are other ones that are worth exploring. And I don't know what kind of work, if you have to sign a contract or how that all works, but I would keep yourself open to other opportunities, and if something better comes along or something better paying comes along, it's definitely worth checking out. But with the Devil, make sure that it's something that you really want to do and that you just don't think it's going to be, knowing that no matter where you go, there could be slight issues, whether it's the administration or there could be some aspect of the job that, is annoying. But the Hierophant representing organizations, Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups, yes, I see you having other opportunities coming your way. And it's up to you to kind of choose where you want to go. Spirit, show me what else for G, and I'm going to get into some oracle for you. Ooh. Sun in Taurus in the 11th house. I think it's important, I don't know how in touch you've been with your friends and your social circle during this last few months that you've been going through all of this, but, don't forget to lean on them and also show up for them and be there for them, because your community is such a, just don't forget about your community and your people, right? And when I say that, I mean like your close circle, your friends, your family. 11th house is also, can be acquaintances. It's important for you to remain somewhat social, even if you're going through a hard time, even if you are, starting this new job, because having community is just really, really important, especially for those of us who are single or who have been single for a very long time and don't really have interest in ever like dating again. That's where we find, that's how we can fill our cup. So I think that's really important, and let people be there for you and also be there for other people. Spirit, show me what else we have for G. I like that message. And that your social network and your friendship circles can also grow. Maybe you're going to be meeting some new friends through this new work opportunity. I'm so thrilled to hear this for you. Both of my boys are sleeping. Hi, baby. Both of the boys are behind me. Ooh, we have passion. You may find that maybe you felt a little run down and dead and you weren't feeling passionate about your work anymore. And maybe taking on this new opportunity or doing work in a new way will make you start feeling excited and passionate again. We also have commitment. Life purpose. Finding. Yeah, there is abundance in your future here with fertility. I think that you are, I don't care, no matter, life is always about learning no matter what age we are. And with this finding card, like, I think you really found how strong and resilient you are despite the circumstances that you are facing. New moon in Leo, shine, go deeper. That's so interesting. And I was just talking about how we have new moon in Leo, new moon in Scorpio, which we just had, right? And Leo and Scorpio square each other. So this is really significant energy here. You were kind of pushed to your limit emotionally with this. Focus on the positive. New moon in Sag. How funny is that we have 4 new moons in a row? And we have forgive. So if you're feeling resentment, if you're feeling negative feelings about the people in the last situation that, that you had left behind, it's important for you to, full moon in Pisces. The way I like to see forgiveness is you're not going back there, right? It's better to forgive it for yourself so that you can move on, but you also don't have to you're forgiving it for yourself, knowing that you're not going to put yourself back into situations like that. And if something ever feels really, really toxic again, forgive yourself and know that, and maybe I think you were looking for a job when all of that went down. So forgive yourself. I think you should be really proud of how far you've come and how resilient, how much you had to push yourself to get to where you landed and ended up right now. Spirit, show me what else for G. Take a leap of faith, exactly what you're doing. Time for a beginner's mind. I think I love this porcupine spirit because I think that's what is also going to help you find your passion again in your work. This and that are true. And we have bring your ideas to life. I love that. There could be more of a creative element to this new position too, which could be fun for you. This and that are true. Forgive whatever happened for yourself and use it to fuel you and push you forward. Even if, especially if there's someone specifically that you have negative feelings toward or resentment toward, and they are so hell-bent on thinking that they are correct, like, surrender that, and it's okay. They can think whatever they want, and you get to move on and start this new beautiful chapter of your life, and you're not there anymore. You don't have to deal with that anymore, right? So I do see you stepping forward. So just to recap here, stepping forward cautiously, but cautiously optimistic, moving into a better financial situation, better abundance here, which is great, or more stable abundance. And then, yeah, I do think that you could move into another, I think you said MNC type of company, for sure. So I would just keep yourself open and give yourself time to adjust. But I see this as being an abundant, new, positive start for you. So I'm going to leave that with you in Spirit's blessing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you, G, and thanks for watching the playback, and we will see you at some point. I hope you have a great day. All right, up next, I have Newbie. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for letting me... Hey, Newbie. All right, Newbie, so I think we were going to do a whatever comes out reading, I believe, is what we were going to do. Let me see if there's anybody else. Any deck requests from you? Or just whatever. Oh my god, I can't even spell. Hydration check, kings and queens. If you're called to donate, let me know. We'll add you to the list. All right, Newbie. You know what? I want to use this deck for you because this deck is freaking cool. So we're going to do, this is the Daydream Tarot. And we want to do whatever comes out, whatever you need to know. Hi, baby girl. I have all three cats behind me. Hi, Sugar Plum. I know. I see you, baby girl. I have to do readings. All right, Spirit, what is important for Newbie to know right now? What is important for Newbie to know right now? And sorry, my nails look a mess. I need to do them before the holiday this week. Do you guys have... Newbie, what are your Thanksgiving plans? What you doing? What you doing, boo? All right, Spirit, show me. What is important for Newbie to know about? They're taking me to your solar plexus. Hold on. One moment, please. They're showing me... I'm seeing you standing there, and you have a sword, but you're like dragging the sword on the ground. What is that, Spirit? Okay, my Libra friend. Okay, so they want you, and again, this could be you and a pad of paper, notebook, or maybe you're already doing this. You need to get very, 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 very clear on exactly what it is that you want. Because I feel like you could be letting, forgive me, I want to say this in not a harsh way. I feel like there are trivial things that are not important, that are clouding your day-to-day or your energy and so maybe the dragging of the sword is, listen, it's the end of the year and everyone's tired, right? So maybe when the time is right, make yourself a list, get very, very clear about what it is that you want so that you can have a clear plan of action. Maybe you just don't have the energy to take that action right now. Hey, Virgo. But if you're confused, newbie, and you're like, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do, I don't know what I want, you have to have a deep come to Jesus with yourself. Yeah, I know the background's kind of crazy. I think there's a little bit of a lag, but I'm actually going to take this down so you can see the cards better. Welcome in, guys. Newbie is up. Spirit, show me Three of Swords. The Three of Swords represents heartbreak. It also represents a place where healing is needed. It's hard to move forward and take steps of action if you can't, if your heart isn't in it or if your mind isn't in it. The swords represent mental energy. It's the air element in the tarot. Mercury retrograde could also be affecting you right now in the sign of Scorpio. I know you have a bit of Scorpio in your chart. And so this one has been pretty intense for people who are not used to that scorpionic energy, which you are, but it's asking you to heal whatever is holding you back so that you can just take action and move forward. We have the Four of Swords, which talks about more rest and more healing, okay? Here's the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is the student. And like, that's so funny. They were showing me that in my little meditation when I was shuffling for you, because I was seeing you kind of dragging the sword on the ground, where this page is like, he is spry. He's like, look, I'm ready to learn. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to figure this out, this Page of Swords. And I don't think that you are there yet, whether this is an emotional thing you're trying to heal or a mental thing that you're trying to rest yourself until you get there. Let me see what else. Six of Pentacles. Look how cute that kid is. Maybe you have felt like, and air signs can feel vibes for sure, right? And so you're like, Bird, the vibes just haven't been right. It hasn't been time. I'm waiting for things to feel more harmonious. So as Sagittarius season builds, and then later on, I know you have, I think you have your Mars in Virgo. So, Capricorn and even Aquarius season, which is going to trine all your Libra, may feel like a time where you are going to feel more clear. Ten of Pentacles. This is an interesting card because, hold on, is that their back turned away? Yeah. I think you're asking yourself some deep questions about, like, what is the legacy that I'm leaving behind? Because the Pentacles are all behind this person and they're moving forward. Very interesting representation of that card. I think you need to sit very deeply with yourself in meditation with spirit and ask yourself what you really want from here on out. Because as my friend told me, which is really funny, we were talking about like turning 40 and hitting middle age. Hey Virgo, I'll add you. Thank you so much. Like as we, what did she say? She's like, it's halftime. We got to figure it out. Like, once we reach, 40s, 50s, 60s, we have to get clear on the direction of whatever legacy that we want to leave. Not that anyone's croaking tomorrow, but it turns things up a notch, right? It kind of puts us in higher alert for the future. Four of Cups. Well, I'm bored. Or this isn't something really fun that I want to focus on right now. I don't really want to deal with this right now. If you feel like you're not clear, you can't focus on it, or you don't want to focus on it, and you need time to rest, do it. But maybe carry around this little notebook with yourself so that when you are feeling inspired, or you're feeling like, I know what I want my legacy to be, or I know what action I want to take when my energy comes back, that's when you'll take action. And here she is. This Queen of Swords looks like she just slayed a dragon. She's holding she ain't dragging the sword, she's stabbing the sword or holding it after slaying. And this could be emotional dragon, energetic dragons. What is draining you? King of Wands, yeah, King of Action. King of Inspiration. King of Confidence, right? You are in it was so funny. I was just telling my friend today, I was like, I'm going into my winter cocoon and I'll come out later. You are in your little hibernation mode right now, which is not a bad thing. Especially now that you're like an empty nester and you've dealt with all of the crazy kid stuff and running to sports and doing, you know what I mean? Maybe you just need some time to drink some tea and chill and heal. But this is something that you're going to solve for yourself. And this is something that you have to you need to take inspired action led by yourself and with your own confidence to achieve what it is that you're trying to do. Does that make sense? Because I don't think you're confused. I think you know what you want. You just have to figure out how to get there, and you're not ready to execute it. And there's no shame in taking some time to chill, especially during the holidays. Let me see what else we have here. We have Capricorn in the first house, North Node. Yeah, taking care of business. Your life's mission, your life's work. What mark do you want to leave behind for yourself? So this is what, during the holiday season, this is what Spirit wants you to reflect on. What do you want to leave behind? What do you want your legacy to be? I'm not dead yet. That's my 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands. I'm not dead yet. I may have lived a life, but I still have some fight left in me. And we have Hanged Man. Yep, this is kind of where you are right now. You're a little bit in this in-between suspended animation. Yeah. So when you have this inspired... When you have these inspired moments, that's when you can write things down. When your energy comes back, make the plan. And not only, wait, now is the time to make a plan and figure out the plan. When your energy comes back, that's when you execute it. Spirit, show me what else for newbie. All right, I'm moving in a different direction, different deck, because I feel like I said what I wanted to say about that. Creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, channel. Whispers of Mother Earth. The sun, joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. Held, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, community. You're like me, newbie. We, 97% of the time, we are our own, we have to get out of our own way, right? Ooh, let's use this deck. I got Virgo up next. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Let's see what else I have here. The love of your dragon reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. Leave your usual social circles behind. Seek out true companions. And that's what this held, you know, this unseen help, support, and community. Building community, and I know you do have friends, and but maybe branch out and check out some new things when you, if you're feeling called to do that, to meet new people. We have flames of desire. Let them shine out in radiant light and shun dark paths. Yeah, let your passion, what do you desire? What do you want? And let that guide you. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. Did that just happen? Oh my gosh. Newbie. When did that happen? Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oof. I'm so sorry, my friend. Yeah, this is the Three of Swords. That's what this is. That's what this is. So this is a time for you to rest. And when you do feel inspired, you take that notebook and you write down your thoughts and you revisit it later. Because this is not, I'm so sorry. I know. I'm so sorry. But yeah, let yourself feel the heartbreak. Four of Swords. Go into healing mode. Ugh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Wait for your energy to come back and wait for some signs of harmony to return as well. And that'll be a sign for you. I'm so sorry. So you are so on it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just dropped a card. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, I pulled everything. I did the dice. All right, newbie. So sorry to hear that. Yeah, take it easy. It's losing a pet. I've been there, and it really is. It's a really sad time, and I know how much you loved your dog. Spirit, we call on legions of angels to be at newbie's side and help her heal through this. Okay. SV Virgo, you are up. All right. All right, I'm going to use this funky deck for Virgo. All right, Virgo is up. What can Virgo expect in the next 30 days? Next 30 days? What can Virgo expect in the next 30 days? The next 30 days. 9 of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. 4 of Wands. Okay, Hermit. Here's what I'm going to say. I actually think you're going to have, I don't know if you're working or not. Either way, I actually think you're going to have a nice holiday. And I feel like the week is starting off fine. We have King of Pentacles here. King of Pentacles and the Hermit. It's Virgo energy. I feel like finances are looking good in the next 30 days. I think that you're going to have a nice holiday and that things are feeling overall pretty decent, pretty good. To the point where maybe you're even feeling comfortable, right? I start a new position in 2 weeks. Good. Yeah, so I'm seeing more money coming in here with the 9 of Pentacles. I think that that's a good fit for you. I think the job stuff is looking really good in the next 30 days. Although I am seeing a little blip when it comes to men is what is jumping out at me with this King of Pentacles here. So the Eight of Swords, here's the deal, my friend. I want you to not get, so here's your prescription for this reading before I continue. I want you to take, when it comes to relationships, and I was telling a friend this today, the only thing that we can control certain things, right? We control what we put in our body, how much water we drink, how much effort we're going to put in at work, you know, how we want to educate ourselves. There's a lot of things that we have to control, right? Relationships is one of the things that we can't control, which is why I avoid them. JK, right? But truly, because we can't make other people do anything. And I'm seeing you get a little, like, overthinking and getting a little bit tripped up. The truth is you're a Queen of Wands. And I see you getting a little bit annoyed by one of the men that's around you. Hey, Eva. And this could even be bordering on, it's not self-sabotage, because I feel like you're not imagining anything, but I just feel like you're annoyed, and instead of like getting to a place where you care so much and you're annoyed and you lash out, which is what this Queen of Wands could potentially do, in a petty way, not in a in a funny way, not in a Queen of Swords type of way. Like, this is going to sound really weird, but I feel inspired to say, like, quit while you're ahead. If you are finding your mind getting way too far ahead in the guy department, in the dating department, I think I know who it is. He's an idiot. I really want that to be in my past. So that's all I'm saying. So instead of you feeling like you are emotionally jolted by this circumstance, and this could be someone like confusing you, avoiding you, making you question things, making you feel like you're not a priority and they're leaving you behind. You are so effing unbothered because you are so in love with your life and what you have at hand. And I want you to, I don't know what you're doing for Thanksgiving, but I don't know why this keeps coming up to me. In the next 30 days, if you notice that you're getting angry about some dude or something is really bothering you, think about how beautiful your life is, and that whoever this person is, it's like, whether they're new or they've been around for a long time, like, it's so insignificant in the grand scheme of things, and like, you don't need them for anything, and it's not worth getting this worked up or this upset about it. Yeah. Right. So there is something coming up here, and you know, as the Queen of Wands, like, you are beautiful, you are desirable, and if some jackass can't behave or man up, like, that's not on you. And I think that I'm alone for the next week. I'm going to be doing some activities. Oh my gosh, I want to know all about your pottery class, because I actually want to do some pottery. There's a place near me that I want to check out. Anyways, let's keep going here. We have Virgo, North Node in the 4th house. Ooh, this is you. So here's the thing. So this is actually even more beautiful. The 4 of Wands to me also represents home. It can represent celebration. Just because you're alone doesn't mean that it's not beautiful. That's actually the effing point. My family invited me, but I want to be solo. No, I'm telling you, that's when you know you've made it. Virgo, listen to me. Virgo, North Node in the 4th house. This is where you're serving, as a nurse, like you're serving people all day long. You serve your family, you are serving your patients, right? You are allowed to serve yourself and be alone and be in your bubble and do your thing, okay? So think about, that's what the point is. So if you get all flustered and pissed off about these stupid ratchet ass, I'm not saying they're ratchet, I'm being dramatic, these annoying people, think about how beautiful your Thanksgiving week or day is of you spending all of your time alone and doing whatever you want, not having to answer to anybody. You said, I'm chilling, girl. Exactly. What can Virgo expect in the next 30 days? And falling back in love with yourself and realizing that, like, I'm better off alone on my pottery wheel with some busted, dusted, crusted who can't, like, pick up the phone. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, you don't have to go. I stopped doing all that. After my grandparents died, I opted out of everything. Be bold and make the first move. A time for healing. Expect powerful change in the next 30 days. It's going to be a hell yes for me. You're focused on your new position. You're focused on career. You're focused on yourself. Be bold and make the first move. That was you deciding, you know what? I can be alone and spend time doing my own thing. Spirit, show me next 30 days. Next 30 days. Self-sufficiency. Next 30 days for Virgo. Next 30 days for Virgo. True offering. May I release the fear, illusion, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next step will be shown. Use my love. Or use me, Spirit. Use me for the highest. I am yours alone. Yeah, I am yours alone. Bingo. Enjoyment. Yeah. Striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life. Yeah, even if you're doing stuff by yourself. And oftentimes doing activities alone, like, you don't get distracted. You don't have to compromise with anybody. You can do whatever the hell you want. Direction. Please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives a clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. So you are going to understand very clearly the direction that you're moving in, who's coming with you, who is not coming with you, and with a very positive focus on career, and finances are looking really good, is what I'm seeing. Let's move on to your next question. Did I roll a dice? Yes, I had Virgo in North Node in Virgo. Okay. Your next question is, and then we have Eva. Thank you so much, guys. So I have one more for Virgo, and then we're going to move on to Eva. Oops. Eva, thanks for joining us. I hope you are well. All right, Virgo. All right, one more for Virgo. And what's coming in love? What's coming in love? Love, 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 love. What's coming coming in love for Virgo. 5 of Wands. 4 of Wands. Yes. Okay. Moving on. Girl. Hold on. Who keeps burping? Oh, now all 3 cats are behind me. Someone's burping. I'm not sighing because of them. Someone's trying to pull a magic trick over here. Now you see me, now you don't. Mercury retrograde is ending next week or end of next week. 28th, maybe? Is someone trying to come stay at your house or come see you or visit you? They could be. So it could be someone from the past, someone that you're just like, the 5 of Wands is conflict. It's annoyance. Spirit, give me more. I don't care about him. So hold on. Spirit, give me new information because I don't care about him. Not respectfully. Okay. I want new in my second row. New in my second row. New in my second row. We got a Knight of Pentacles entering the chat. We have Earth sign here, which I would love to see you with an Earth sign. Was the other one a Taurus? Or was that a Leo? I can't remember which one that was. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. I do think that there could be... I see there being a final closure moment because you have had enough. And if this person does try to come around again, Magician, Tower, 8 of Wands, 3 of Swords, you're like, I'm done. I feel like you want to move on with fresh energy. I do feel like you are going to meet another Earth sign. And let me see what else. Let me look into that energy because I don't really care about B. 10 of Swords. Hangman. B is, I know that you've let it go, but I think you guys need to have like a final, why am I saying that? 10 of, because I'm trying to move on and the tarot is like holding me back and not letting me. The Hanged Man here. Until you guys have a final, like, this has been great, but clearly this isn't working. And maybe you have had that conversation. I'm not sure. I think Earth signs would be really good for you, Virgo. It's almost like he's either trying to pull your energy back or the situation hasn't like let you go yet. And healing needs to happen here with this 3 of Swords. Knowing that, like, because once you know for sure that you're never going back there, that's when you can kind of be released and move forward. Doesn't mean, you know, you dated other people and that was great, right? But I feel like to be fully released from this situation, so I think he could pop up, he could message you, he may even want to like stop over, come to your home. You haven't had that final conversation yet. Yeah. I think that's what's on the way. Because the conversation, 3 of Swords, it's like this clearly isn't working for whatever reason. And I need to set my sights on what I'm really looking for. And if this was it and this was meant to be, why is it so hard and why has it not worked yet? Do you know what I'm saying? And so I'm seeing you moving on with another Earth sign, Knight of Pentacles, or someone with a strong Earth placement. Show me, I don't really care about B anymore, Spirit. So I think this is just confirmation. You need to have the conversation. Who is this Knight of Pentacles? Jupiter and Taurus in the 6th house. So your 6th house is expanding your day-to-day routine. You also don't have time or the mental energy to be like worried about this and playing games. This other person, don't be afraid. This other person could also be a Taurus. Or have a strong Taurus placement, like a Taurus moon, maybe. Taurus risings are an effing trip, by the way. All the Taurus risings I know are just, oh my God, they're on another level energetically. They have a lot of energy and they're just like, anyway. But yeah, Jupiter, your day-to-day life is expanding, it's growing, things are changing. In the 6th house, there's also going to be a focus on your health during this next season of your life. And you want to focus on healthy energy that you can bring into your day-to-day, not this like old story that you've been carrying around here with this Hangman. Spirit, show me, you know what? I'd like to just focus on this new person. Please, Spirit, please. Show me this new person's energy. We have the dog. Loyal. I would say Tauruses are pretty loyal people. We have the Rider. Attractive. I'm getting someone who looks a little spicy. I'm getting... How do you feel about Mediterranean? Because I am picking up a slender, olive skin, dark hair. Could be Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, attractive, very spicy, very direct. I'm talking pretty. To the point where you're like, that's what I see coming your way. Enjoy it. I think this person is going to, you may question, because this person is so attractive, you may question, like, are they a player? Like, what's the deal? Go with the flow. They're going to pursue you. They're the ones that are going to take the action steps. And Taurus men are pretty, they can be slow moving, but I will say they are direct. Is he going to be prettier than me? Listen, I don't know, but I mean, you came out as the Queen of Wands. I think you guys are both a little hot to trot here. But with the Rider, he's going to be pursuing you. And he's going to tell you, you know, I want to get married. I'm looking for something traditional. So I feel like that's exactly what you need right now. Whether it's fun, whether it's forever, that's up to you. You know, it's way too early to tell, but that's what's coming in next. And trust me, I like what I see. I like what I see. So many Middle Eastern, oh my God, can I move there? I wish. It's my favorite flavor. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave that with you with Spirit's blessing. Speaking of flavor, we're moving on to Eva. I don't know what that even meant. I just wanted to do a little fun transition, Eva. Okay. I'm going to do last call because I'm at a... All right, Eva. All right, we're going to close readings soon. Eva, go ahead and post if you have not already. Oh, Eva posted above. Yay! Thanks, Eva. cool. I got you, boo. All right, last call for donations. All right, Eva, let's do it. Your question, sorry, just 1 second. Got it. Okay. Looking for messages about your current path. Looking for new work because your job is toxic. Dealing with ongoing health issues. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to use the Light Seers if I can find it. Did I put the Light Seers away? I might have put the Light Seers away. I'm going to use Everyday Witch. I'll take your message down so you can see the cards. I just want to... All right, Spirit, what... Let's focus on Eva's energy. Let's take a deep breath. Advice, messages and advice about Eva's current path in life. Show me, show me, show me. Messages about Eva's current path in life. You're just like, I just want to like breathe out and I just want to feel okay again. Show me about work situation, looking for a new job, 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 looking for a new job. Okay. Tower. We have the sun. The sun is coming out. So, here's what I see for you. You just want to feel okay again. You want to be able to breathe out. You know that transformation, death must happen. It's almost like, you see how thin this cord is? There's this like cord and he's trying to, like, he's coming through with this knife and it's like, he may not even have to cut that cord. That's how like thin ice that he's on with this. Hey, Jaded! My little scorpion. It's been a while. Eva. You feel like you can't get out of there soon enough. And that change needs to happen like immediately. The Three of Wands. Keep moving forward. Keep your head up. Three of Wands. Ships are coming in for you. Do not give in to... Don't play into thinking that you're failing because you're not. The truth of the matter is this is a challenging time. Getting a job during the holidays can be a little bit tricky and a little bit difficult, depending on which, kind of industry you're in or whatever. Ace of Swords, you are going to get there. I think you know exactly what you need to do. You see the writing on the wall. You're like, I can't do this anymore. It is very toxic. The other thing I don't like about this this Five of Wands is that it's very toxic. Five of Wands, death, Five of Cups. This is like feelings getting hurt, but getting caught up in my head. Did that person really say that thing? What the hell is going on here? you may have to tough it out for a little bit longer. It may take you a little bit. Now I'm saying like a few months here. I do think that you are going to find something else. But it's not going to be immediate, and I feel like that could kind of take an emotional toll. So what I would do for now is keep your eye on the prize and take care of yourself. Take care of yourself as best you can and keep putting yourself out there and pursuing this next opportunity, because there is something on the horizon here. The sun is going to come out for you again. I don't do health readings, so I'm not going to speak on that. But what I am going to say is take care of yourself as best as you can, especially your mental health, so that you can, get through this. And hopefully you get some time off for the holidays so you won't have to deal with it as much lately. Are you able to work from home at all? But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of game playing. I'm seeing hurt feelings. And what was once kind of a place where maybe in the beginning you used to go there and, go to your desk or whatever you do, and you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, just another day. And now it's like you don't even want to walk in there anymore, because it just feels, you know what to do. Keep applying, keep putting yourself out there. It's going to happen. It may just take a little bit longer than you want. I'm seeing, let me see what else I have here. Spirit, show me. Aries, Sun, 6th house. I'm going to pull from these two. So the 6th house is the house of health. We have Aries Sun, which here's what I will say. Entertainment purposes only, I do not do health readings, but what I will say is the sun is exalted in Aries, meaning the sun does very, very well. Aries is the beginning of the zodiac. So I do think that there could be, seeing your doctor with the sun here and working through whatever you are working through, you will be able to find some kind of day-to-day treatment for your health that could really help you a lot. So I'm feeling like that there could be a positive turnaround there. Now it's just terrible. Yeah. We have you're close to achieving your goal. Meditate and contemplate, and a new start is coming. Beautiful. Yeah. So it's happening. I would say within the next 2 months, I feel you moving into something new. And entertainment purposes only, I can't even believe I'm about to say this. I can feel Newbie's jaw dropping on the floor here. I'd say by springtime, you might even be feeling your energy come back. So I'm going to leave that with you. This was the 6th house. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I will leave that with you. And you could, maybe you're exploring, Western medicine is not always a bad thing. Maybe you're exploring I have a friend who's really into natural healing and sometimes tries to explore things that can help her. So maybe it's a combination of you doing things at home to help yourself as well as whatever your doctor's prescribing. So let me see what else I have for you. What other messages do we have for Eva? My last reading and my next reading is going to be Jaded. Jaded, go ahead and post, babe. Forgiveness. Set yourself free. This feels heavy and emotional. Scorpio, or freaking death and Scorpio. 8 of Swords, 5 of Cups. It's just like eating you up. Listen. Silence your mind and pay attention. Yeah. Do what you can to mentally disengage from the nonsense around you. And I have, you are safe. The universe has your back. So trust that in time, I think you are going to find a new opportunity and a better fit for you. Keep us posted. Only one day a week. Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully the holidays will give you a little bit of a break, and keep searching. You can do it, Eva. You can do it. The sun is coming out. You had some positive omens, but yeah, I think it's trusting yourself, listening to yourself, and I think you've gotten to a place where you know, like, this is it. The writing is on the wall, and it's time to go. So I'm going to leave that with you in Spirit's blessing. Readings are now closed, and we're going to get over to Jaded. Jaded, what is good? All right, readings are now closed. My landlord tried to contact me a couple times. I might get evicted. What is the best way forward? I'm trying to be strategic, but I can't hold off the inevitable forever. Oof, I'm sorry, my friend. Let's see. What is the move? What is the move? Well, let's talk about this because I want to help you the best way that I can. So before I pull cards, I want to talk about this just a little bit if you can. So you said you might get evicted. What is the best way forward? So you don't know for sure. You don't know for sure. But it's a strong maybe, it sounds like. Yeah, because you can't avoid forever. Because what will happen, which I don't know what the rules are there. So what could happen is, my assumption, because I don't know enough about this. Well, actually, that happened at my last place I lived, but I know we live in different countries. But basically, what will happen is, they'll have like the police or authorities or something come and they like throw all of your stuff out. So there's going to be a date, and I don't know if they put a notice on the door or what the rules are there, and then by like a certain date. So they'll end up giving you a date. Okay. I just wanted to kind of wrap my head around the situation. But let's see what's going on. Okay, so we have a couple options here of what I'm already seeing. Spirit, please connect me to Jaded's energy, how to best. We have 7 of Swords. You do not want to come across as sneaky. So I think that you should call them back. Spirit, show me. Show me. I think what you could do is try to come up with, I think you need to stop hiding. And I think what you could say is, can we try to work something out before they force you into some type of whatever their eviction rules are, right? Because I don't know what they are. But if you reach back out to them and say, hey, I was busy, I was working, whatever the case is, and just say, sorry, I'm just getting back to you now. I understand there's a problem here. Is there a way we can come up with like a payment plan or a way to work this out? Show me, Spirit. The High Priest. We have the Hierophant here. The 4 of Cups. Neither of you guys want to be in this situation. This is not fun for anybody, right? At the end of the day, and I'm just going to keep it straight with you because you're a Scorpio, you can handle this. This isn't, they're not the bad guy and you're not the bad guy, right? You're both in a bad situation, right? Neither of you want what is happening right now. Four of Swords. You can't put this off any longer. The Emperor. I think it's time for you to stand up, call them, reach back out to them, and say, so what you could do is you could present your own solution. You could say, I can pay you X by such and such date. Can we work together? Like, I don't know if it's a private owner or if it's like, you know, a company or something. You guys are probably different than we are out here. Who knows, right? But the Emperor is like, I'm coming to you and I'm presenting a plan. And like, you know, private owner, yeah. So even better, because then they could work with you, as opposed to if it was owned by some type of corporate company, they could have strict rules to say, okay, by X date, we have to throw you out. I would call them and say, this is what I can pay you. This is what I can do. Can we figure this out? Because I would like to stay here. And if you show them that you're not running and that you're transparent, it's possible. Spirit, show me 10 of Pentacles. Show me the Magician. Ace of Wands. Tell the truth. If you tell the truth, I think they would work with you. I think there's a strong possibility. King of Pentacles, he's the King of Pentacles, he's the owner, right? And we have the Seven of Wands. Because for him, this is a business. He doesn't, here's the thing, he doesn't want to, this isn't the first time he's ever had to deal with something like this. And it's better to be transparent than to run, right? My Scorpio friend, it's better to come forward with the truth, because let's say something ever happens again. I see with the 10 of Pentacles and Magician, whether you need to work extra hours or pick up a second job or something, I think at some point you will have the money to pay whatever you need. Let me know if I'm wrong. So I don't think this is something that's going to last forever. I think this is, whether it's this month or maybe there's some type of circumstance where maybe things got really expensive or whatever, but I feel like this is temporary, because that would mean, and if this is the first time this has happened, and you make good on this and you work it out with him, then maybe if something ever happened again, he'd work with you again. Oh, okay. It's not about money. Okay. I still think you should. So that means if it's not about money, that means it's about rules. So are you breaking one of the rules of the renting the place then? Because, so here's the thing. He would have, Newbie just said what I was trying to say. He would have to then go out and find a new renter. So if you're someone who's paying your rent, I think you face it head on. I think you tell the truth and you guys figure out a way to compromise whatever the rule is. You don't have to tell me what it is, but sometimes it's like no smoking, no pets, no animals, right? Like, oh. Okay. I see. Have you been able to clean it up? Or, so what you could say is, give me a week. Give me two. I say you tell the truth. I wasn't feeling my best. I am a good renter. I want to continue staying here. I'll have it clean in a week, or maybe see if a friend or somebody can help you clean. I would be over there to help you clean because I'm a crazy person and I love cleaning and I have OCD. Yep. Newbie's got some good advice here too if he wants to. Yeah. I would say, I would come out and tell him the truth. Say, hey, I wasn't feeling my best. I let things kind of get away from me, but it's not going to happen again. And this is that is absolutely, I thought this was going to be a matter of money. This is actually very solvable, Jaded. I've got 2 weeks now. No biggie. You could do that in 2 weeks. Easy peasy. I say you call him, face it head on, tell him what happened, have a friend, family member help you, or just bust your butt for a week, get it cleaned up. This is very solvable. But I know that's easy for me to say because I have OCD. How do you feel? So let me ask you. I feel like I'm not a therapist, entertainment purposes only. How do you feel about telling him the truth and trying to come to an agreement? Because the truth, Ace of Swords, so even though it wasn't about money, Magician and Ace of Wands, with some effort and the Magician, I think this is still something you could pull it off. You feel scared. Honey, you're Scorpion. Don't back down. Get vulnerable. That's the thing about Scorpio. Here's the magic of the Scorpio too with the Magician here. When you share your vulnerability, that is when you truly connect to people. Right? Let me see what we have coming up here. This is actually a way better case scenario than anything else. Like, if I had a tenant, and Newbie, I don't want to put your business out there, but Newbie knows a lot about this topic. And so if you have someone who just needs to clean the place up, that's kind of the best case scenario. Because it's not like they have a pet. It's not like they're breaking rules. It's not like they were smoking or like, had a meth lab going in there or something. They're still paying rent. Or maybe, and also if it's not about money, maybe you could pay like a housekeeper to come by once a week or something. You do have I know, but I mean, if you're allowed to have a pet. Yeah. Let me see, Spirit. Well, and I just mean places that like, I used to bring pets into places I wasn't supposed to back in the day when I rented, because I'm a crazy cat lady and I used to lie. And I did get caught eventually. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. I'm telling you, I think if you open up and tell him the truth, he's going to work with you. A personal issue reaches resolution. A time to give rather than take. I think you should tell the truth, be transparent, and maybe this will help you, to stay on track. Or, if money is not an issue, maybe you could have someone come over once a week, every other week to help you clean. There's no shame in that. That's why there's cleaning people, right? Let me see what else. That's my advice for you. Let me get you some messages of hope here. This is so solvable, my friend. My mom would immediately comment, honey, what you waiting for? Stop. Okay, I understand that a Scorpio never wants to ask for help and will suffer in their own scorpionic hole forever and forevermore. But if this is a matter of you getting kicked out, I say you pick up the phone in the morning, you call them, tell them the situation. It's going to be cleaned by X date. So sorry about this. You can even tell them, I was embarrassed and I'm so sorry. And it's going to be clean. Boo boo, you got this. Transformation is beautiful. This is a growth. Nothing is wasted. And be playful. This is a growth opportunity for you. For sure. For sure. The other thing about you is you're not one to like, I don't see, I mean, and no offense if you are, I don't think you're not asking people to help you clean all the time, right? But if this is a matter of you staying or being kicked out, like, I would say ask for the help, especially if you are not one to ever ask for help. And if you have parents who actually care about you and are like, hey, I'd like to help you with this, I say let them. You have, a close friend and your mom come over or whatever, and they could knock it out in a day or two. Did I roll the dice? I don't even remember if I rolled the dice. Have faith. Mercury and Sag in the 5th house. I am seeing happiness returning to your life as well. I don't do medical readings, but I'm seeing some energy and vitality. Mercury and Sag is like, Sagittarius is very go with the flow. Sagittarius doesn't necessarily, Sagittarius is an explorer. Hello. Sagittarius is an explorer, but it doesn't necessarily want to dive deep. And so I think you're trying to have this lighthearted conversation when I think you just need to go straight for the jugular. You know what I mean? Mercury and Sag in the 5th house, well, it's kind of like, and you're like dancing around it, and it's like, no, here's what happened to me. I'm so sorry. I can fix it. This is so solvable, Jaded. It really is. And trust me, he does not want to go out and find a new tenant, especially if you've been there for a while and he knows you're good for your money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's about business. I'm going to leave that with you in Spirit's blessing. Thank you so much. Keep me posted, Jaded. You know what I'm saying? We're here for you. Keep me posted. I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, it's a lot of work, Newbie says. So, alright, guys. Yeah, I don't think you're a bad tenant. I think you just went through a season, and then it's totally solvable. So, alright, girl, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.